Welcome, dear listeners, to the premiere episode of Arpit's Mind Lab. I am Arpit Malhotra, and today we embark on a comprehensive journey through the realms of science, the art of well being, and the mesmerizing intricacies nestled within the human mind. Today, we'll be exploring the details of what exactly constitutes the nervous system and how does a nervous system help you in experiencing life. But before we dive into the profound discussion, a gentle reminder. The information and knowledge shared over here is based on peer reviewed papers, scientific research, and scholarly studies. But when it comes to your health, always depend on your healthcare provider, a professional doctor, or your physician. Now, let's unravel the astonishing workings of the nervous system. Often reduced to just the brain, it's a symphony involving not just the brain but also the spinal cord and trillions of neurons. Now, these neurons engage in a dance of communication through synapses and electrical signals, forming a complex web connecting your brain, your spinal cord, and your organs, and then back. Contrary to the belief that experiences unfold outside of us, they are in essence an exquisite interplay of electrical signals within. Now, you have to understand what I'm trying to say here. Let's say you perceive colors, you see colors, you feel pain, you feel sadness, you feel happiness, and you think that all of this is actually happening outside of you. But in essence, all of this is mere electrical signals that are traveling inside your body through your neurons. Um, well, it's a profound realization, almost spiritual, that your entire experience is encoded in these pulses of electricity. We'll come to the experience part again. But now let's rewind to the turn of the century when scientists unraveled that the nervous system consists of neurons communicating through synapses and electrical signals. Signal travel as electrical impulses, creating a language of data transfer. And when one nerve ending is there's like a spray of some neurotransmitters that are caught by the next neuron, and then it travels as electrical signals through that neuron. Now, how did we grasp the intricacies of this complex system? Breakthroughs unfolded during and after the World War I, where doctors studied patients with comparable brain or spinal cord injuries, and those patients with analogous injuries, I'm so sorry, pardon my word, displayed similar disabilities, offering crucial insights into specific brain areas responsible for specific various functions. So, what exactly comprises an experience? Your nervous system orchestrates five fundamental functions that are in a particular order, and that order is also very logical. There is sensation, there is perception, then emotions or feelings, then comes thoughts, and finally there are actions. Firstly, let's talk about sensation. It involves the detection of external stimuli by sensory receptors. Neurons in your eyes detect light, skin detects touch, ears hear sound. But what about stimuli beyond our natural senses? What I'm talking about here is, let's say we see through our eyes because our eyes sense light, but there is a lot of electromagnetic spectrum that is outside of the visible region. Let's say snakes, they can detect infrared rays. Humans, through their eyes, cannot detect infrared rays. Similarly, there are some migratory birds that travel thousands of kilometers based on their understanding of Earth's magnetic lines of force. So now comes perception. This is the process of making sense of sensations. It's like shining a light of attention, a spotlight of attention on a particular sensation. To brief you in an example, let's say your foot is touching the sole of your shoe or floor, or if it's suspended in air. That sensation was there all along, but if you perceive it, if you try to concentrate on it, you'll try to understand whether your feet are warm or cold, whether it is touching something plain, smooth, or something rough, and so on and so forth. Now, this brings us to this incredible thing, which is in today's day and age, it's very relevant. It's the concept of multitasking. And let me tell you this: if one says that one is multitasking, then at least one of the activities that the person is performing is a reflexive activity. It is controlled by the limbic system, the more primitive part of your brain. And the other activity that you're doing, that can be a deliberate activity, which means that you can focus your attention on that. Let's take an example of you having a conversation on your phone while you are walking. Now, you're not thinking about walking, and you are concentrating. Your spotlight of attention is actually on the conversation that you're having with the person on the call. So this is the concept of multitasking, and deliberate action is actually controlled by the prefrontal cortex. It's this area of the brain, and the reflexive action, sort of in the form of central pattern generators, they form as you grow, as you live through life. Like walking, you're not thinking about walking. When you were young, you thought about walking, how to walk, how to run, but now those activities come very naturally to you. Now, let's come to emotions, that is feelings. Emotions, it's a realm governed by molecules like dopamine, serotonin, epinephrine, oxytocin. You feel love because there is oxytocin. You feel dopamine, the molecule of reward, gives you a high when you are in pursuit of something and you achieve it. Serotonin, on the other hand, gives you a sense of contentment within. Navigating these neuromodulators, these molecules are called neuromodulators, becomes essential in understanding the intricate tapestry of emotions. Now, here comes a modern conundrum of sorts. Because as scientists discovered these molecules and their roles in various emotions, they got to understand that you can actually manufacture these molecules or their precursors in lab. And this was a breakthrough, a scientific breakthrough. But this also was a problem because these synthetic neuromodulators can have unintended consequences affecting receptors in our nervous system, muscles, or heart, having side effects on libido, let's say appetite or motivation. Then comes thoughts. Thoughts are deliberate and conscious. Thoughts are a broader version of perception, I would say, because perception is you perceiving something in the moment, perceiving the sense that is happening in the moment. You are seeing light, so that's just the perception. But when you see some light in the morning sunlight, let's say, then your body actually tells you that okay, now it's time to get up. So that was a thought that you have to get up, you have to end your sleep. Thoughts encompass not just the present, they encompass the past, present, and the perceived future. Now, this perceived future is something that also comes from the prefrontal cortex of your brain. They shape your understanding of the world and guide your decisions. They are kind of the pinnacle of conscious cognition and involve deliberate processing of information that is happening through your sensory organs. Then comes actions. Actions are the culmination of the sequence that we have been discussing, and we have to remember the sequence. It is sensations, then perceptions, then feelings or emotions, then there is deliberate thought, and finally there is actions. Actions are the fossil records we leave behind. whether it is the books you write, the poetry you create, the ideas you document, or the buildings that you create, actions have a lasting impact on the world that is outside of us. Actions are basically a tangible manifestation of our inner thoughts, experiences. They leave an indelible mark on the world. From written word, scientific breakthroughs, or medical breakthroughs for that matter, every action contributes to the collective legacy of humanity. Understanding the profound connection between thoughts and actions invites one on an impactful journey in this world where we leave our marks or imprints behind. In conclusion, we have sensations, we have perceptions, emotions, thoughts, and actions. This sequence, again, as I said, is not arbitrary. Sensations are ever present. Perceptions are where you shine your spotlight of attention. And then there is emotions. They are instinctive. You feel love for somebody, you are attracted to somebody, you are angry. All of these are very reflexive. Thoughts, on the other hand, they are more deliberate. And then comes actions, which, well, are your fossil records. Understanding this sequence is a potent tool in navigating the labyrinth of our minds. As we embark on this intricate journey together, let's plunge into the wonders of Arpit's Mind Lab. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. Until our next rendezvous, stay curious, stay well.